Good day, guys. How you guys doing today? Today we have a 2012 Acura TL, and we're gonna be replacing the AC compressor. It's a few steps to this, so let's get to it. First things first, we're gonna jack up the vehicle. So let's do that now. Is lifted up. We're going to find our radiator, which is right here, and then we're gonna find there's a bee here. Bee! It's right there, trying to get me. But anyways, the radiator, we're gonna drain by removing that cap underneath. So let's go underneath. All right, underneath the car, that's the little plug I was talking about. So you just screw it to the left, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So lefty, gonna go left. We're gonna go up from this side up, take that out, and then we're gonna put a bucket down here and catch all that fluid. Let's do that. You have a hard time sometimes get a piece of pliers like this, and just use it to turn that knob. Oh, not my hand. We don't need to use this thing. I wish I had. I'm gonna take this panel off actually. Oh, let me see. So the coolant on this thing looks like it has transmission. It came out like purplish, and I was like, why is it purple? But now that you look at it, it's more like that tint for the transmission fluid. And then I checked the transmission dipstick, and look how much fluid it's got. So that's a sign that the radiator inside has bursted. Because that radiator cools the transmission through the bottom portion of the radiator, or yeah, there's a portion down there where two lines hooked up that go to your transmission, which is on this side, and then the other ones, the big ones, hook up and cool off your engine. So in this case, we have a bad radiator, and we have to pretty much do a whole drain and fill of the coolant system. And then the transmission has to get it also flushed and drained and filled and all that. So bad news. We're going to remove those two hoses from or actually three hoses from down here. This hose right here that goes to the radiator there, and then this hose right here that goes to the transmission too. We're gonna take that big hose off from down here since we're down here, and then we're gonna actually cap these hoses here. We don't have to cap them. I'm gonna show you guys that with a bolt. We're just gonna put a bolt on there, and let's get it. Explain. So there are some like clips on these holes here at the bottom to connect the fans. That wire harness has to be unplugged, so those are a pain in the butt. So just take these four out, you know, as best you can. You might break them. So now we expose the fans, And now on here, we now have access to the AC compressor, and we have access to the alternator. So let's get it. Let's get those parts out and keep going. First, we have to actually remove the Freon. So let's get the machine and remove the Freon. All right, so now we're recovering the system, draining those gauges down slowly. See how many pounds we get, 4 ounces. All right, so we got 11 ounces out of this. And here's how we know it was low, because the minimum is 17 ounces. So this thing was low. Now we're just gonna replace that AC compressor. Let's get it. All right, so the AC compressor, I got the alternator out, which is right there. That's just 2 bolts, one here and one down here. But you have to take the tensioner off. And I actually ordered the tensioner over there and the belt, just to freshen everything up. Let's get it. Let's take this pump off. It's 2 bolts up here and 2 down here. And then I already took off the hoses, and there are right here 2 bolts. They're 10 mils. One goes in this way, one goes in through this way. So let's get this thing off and put the new one in. So after removing all those 4 bolts, the thing hangs there. Don't try to mess with it too much. So it hooks on top of here. So that's how you know when you line it up. Look at it. So let's take it out. I'll take it out with one hand. See if I can take it out with one hand. There it is. Come here to Papa. There it is. So now let's match it with our new pump and see how they combine, or how they look like actually. Let's get it. All right, so now we're gonna compare both of the compressors, see what we need to transfer over and stuff like that. As soon as I see what's going on here. Might be the wrong one. Might be the right one. I think it's the right one. I just gotta transfer. I have to transfer this part right here to this side. So let's do that next. And I have a couple seals here that we're gonna be using too. So let's get it. All right, guys, sorry I couldn't get it on video, but got this out. I actually had to break the bolt because they stripped you know, I use a 5mm socket, and they stripped. And what I did, I cut this side to, you know, get the thread free, and then they free this thing. So if you get stuck like that, like I said, cut the sides. Cut the sides underneath here. If you're not using this compressor anymore, just cut the sides. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But now we're gonna have a problem with the bolts, so we gotta get some bolts. So let me see if I can find some bolts on my little bucket, and then get through this, because they're not that long. They're little bolts like this. So let's get it. All right. So just remove this cap. Boom. And then we're gonna put this on. We're gonna clean it up a little bit. Around here. Alright. And for this side, we got one of the pink screws, and we're gonna shove her in there. That's good. And this side, we're gonna put a 10 mil. And this should both go in. Pretty decent. That thing is probably not enough. There we go. Where'd you come? Rima?
Yeah, she's hungry.
Alright, so now we're gonna turn these bolts up, snug them really tight, and then this side. This shouldn't leak because it's tight. Tighten them up. Now, let's put our compressor in our car. Alright, so in this case, I'm gonna go show you guys how to do this. Fast forward real quick, or just how to line it up and everything. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it. Now I'm charging the system, and we're gonna put 19 ounces. All right, so we have our tensioner on, our new alternator, our new compressor. We filled up the system. Now we're putting the radiator in, hooking up all the lines, and getting it started. Or actually, I gotta drain the trans, fill it up because we have some coolant in there. So let's hope this car is good. But that's how you replace your AC joint right there. Let's get it. So we have to put the terminal back on. Our radiator's filled back up. Sorry I didn't get it on camera. I was talking to somebody. But yeah, I put in two of those bottles. So that's what you need to fill the system back up. Now we're gonna start it up and see what's going on with everything else. I still gotta actually put the thing right there on. And so this thing goes right here like this. So boom. All right, and then it clips. There's clips, so you put clips on there. All right, guys, so that's how you put the, like I said, the AC compressor, alternator, and pretty much everything that, you know, we went over, and the radiator, of course. So hope you guys like this video. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share if you guys can. You know, whoever has a car like this might need the help. So thank you for watching. Peace.